Alright, what is up guys? Today we're going to be installing my HID kit on the Eclipse. I've never done a video about installing HIDs, and I put them on pretty much every car I own, except for some reason I've never put them on the Golf yet. But these lights really suck. They look good, but you can't see anything at night with the low beams. And since this one has this metal cover in front of the bulb that'll block light from coming directly forward, I think I should be able to get away with running HIDs without blinding everybody coming my way. So we're going to put HIDs on. This is the kit that I showed you in the unboxing video that I did for this car. There's the bulbs, and in here is the ballasts. Installing HIDs is extremely easy, especially with these tiny ballasts, which is the one good thing about them, is that they fit anywhere. And it's all plug and play stuff. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the old bulbs, and I'm going to get the harness plugged into the ballast. Then we're going to put the bulbs in the actual housing itself, plug them in, and then test it. Alright, so I grabbed some zip ties, grabbed the rag to clean this up, and already wiped it off for the most part. There's still a little bit there. I'm going to stick a vacuum plug on that before I go and drive it anywhere else, but it's not a big deal. So, like I said, first thing I'm going to do is unplug the bulbs wherever the harness actually is for them, and remove the actual plug, set it over here, and remove the bulb, then plug the harness into the ballast, and then put the bulb in, put the bulb into the ballast, and then we'll be all good to go. So I'm going to set you guys up somewhere. Alright, hopefully the camera can see much. The low beam is right here, so it's going to be behind this little screw thing. There's the plug. That was easier than I expected. These headlights are really weird. And I don't know how that comes out, but I could pop that off. Remove that. And there's the bulb. There's the harness. Let's get this guy off. There we go. There's the old bulb out, and the new bulb, I'll just go ahead and plug that in since I have this all opened up. New bulb to old bulb, pretty big difference. The HID is much bigger, and it's got the little wire thing on it, and it's filled with the gas that makes it that certain color. So I'm going to get this whole harness thing all entangled and then put the bulb in. Alright, so there's the new bulb all exposed. It says 9006 8000K right on the bulb, so we know this is the right one. Let's see which way this thing goes. I think it'll go in just about any way. I don't think the cover is going to go back onto my lights unless I fed it through the opening on the bottom. I don't even know how that works. So there's all this stuff. One of these plugs into the factory wires, which is this one right here. This is the one that plugs into that. It should clip right in like that. And then this wire, which is hooked up to those ones they just plugged in, goes into the ballast, which is right here. It's kind of nice how they looped all these together. So the ballast, it's got a little lock pin right there for the plug. You just pop it on like that. And then these wires right here coming off of the ballast plug into the bulbs, and you can't get them backwards. The plugs are the same, but there's two different ones on either end, and they interchange. So you just plug them in, boom, plug the other one in. Try to keep my wires from getting all tangled up and stuff. Boom, and we're actually connected, and we can turn these on. But now I just need to tape this ballast down somewhere. It came with two-sided foam tape, which is right here. They make little mounting trays for these, but of course this cheap of a kit didn't come with them. So I'm just going to mount this ballast somewhere down here on this little frame rail, and then we'll be able to test this out and compare the difference between the two different bulbs, the HID versus the standard, the color difference, the brightness. It's daylight out, even though it looks like it could rain any moment, but we might be able to tell the color difference. If not, I don't know, I'm probably not going to wait till it gets dark to go test it out, because then the video is going to be shit. So I'm going to mount this ballast and then we'll test everything. Alright, so for some reason this small ballast wasn't working. Fortunately I had this old HID Extra one, and now you can definitely see the color difference between the two. Left is much brighter and really blue. It looks really nice. Of course the right hand is the stock bulb, and you can see it on the driveway, or not the driveway, the garage door as well. The right is much brighter and very, very blue. I'm going to try and figure out what's going on with that little ballast and see if I can get it to work. It might just not have been plugged in all the way or something. Hopefully it actually works. If not, I have that big ballast right there, and I can make it work, and hopefully the other one right here works. But at least I know the bulb is good, so I was able to troubleshoot and figure out what exactly the issue was, sorta. So I'm gonna go get the other side done and then show you the end result. But yeah, huge color difference. The HID bulb has warmed all the way up. It looks beautiful. Hopefully the camera is doing pretty well showing the color difference, because it's like night and day. It's such a big difference in color. Alright, so I figured out the issue. For some reason the ground and the positive are backwards on this harness, so I flipped the plug upside down and plugged it in, and it works now. So I'll probably pull this harness off and fix that, and I'm going to solder it all up and make it work. Then I'm going to plug everything back in, and then we'll finish. Alright, everything is now done. I left the bulbs on for a couple minutes that they would break in, and I got both sides all wired up, and they look really good. I did switch the positive and the ground on both harnesses for the ballasts, because for some reason they were backwards. It might just be this car, I'm not really sure. But now they work after all that is done. You can see light poking through there. I wonder if it does it on this side too. Yeah, it does. So this one's just taped up here, and right there you can see where I switched the wires. Black going to a red going to a black, heat shrunk, soldered and everything, so it's all good. Did the same thing to this one, which you can't see, it's all tucked up down there. This ballast I taped upside down underneath of this. This is where the air box used to be, but it's not there, so it's made a perfect spot for it. Everything's all tucked up out of the way, looks good. Should be safe from too much moisture exposure at least, and it looks a lot better. I should be able to see much better at night, and hopefully with them being in these style lights, they shouldn't blind everybody. I went with a 35 watts so it wouldn't be too bright. That's gonna be it for this video, guys. This is a pretty short, not too much of a tutorial, but basically just me showing you guys what I'm doing. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Make sure that like button and subscribe, and also make sure to go check out 802 Garage and see what he's doing with his Mitsubishi Eclipse as well. Like I've mentioned before, we're doing a collab a little bit. Gonna be a little bit more of a collaboration once we get to the actual turbo stuff for this car. But make sure to go check him out, and I will see you guys later.